Hey, anybody out there? How you guys doing? It's Tuesday night. Got my glasses on tonight. Just waiting for some people to show up. Let's see who's here. Tuesday night. It's going to be the last one for a while. This is week number 7. And hey Sal, how are you, buddy? Week number 7. We've done this for the past 7 Tuesdays. It's hard to believe. And I'm going to take a little break, man. It's been a lot of fun. Doesn't mean this is going to be the last one, but definitely going to take a little break for a while. So I hope you guys had a good week. I know I went a little long last week, but man, those margaritas tasted good. We were getting tuned up and having a good time. So I'll try and keep it a little more abbreviated tonight. So it should be fun. So, hey Kim, I saw you check in. Hope you guys are doing good. I think you've made every single one of these, so I appreciate that. Ben, you and Monica, Kalenka, good to see everybody. Monica, tell Big Mike down there I said mines'ems, all right? So anyway, we got a few stories to tell tonight. We've got a couple of songs we're gonna try out. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I guarantee we're gonna have some fun. Okay, so welcome to T-Bone or TBTV, whatever you want to call it. T-Bone TV. It's Telly Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Tuned Up Tuesday for sure. So let's get things rolling. What do you say? We got a few people checked in, so let's get it going. One thing we always do before we start is we got to tune up, right? So let's get tuned up. And I know there are probably a few new people out there, and you'll know what that means here in just a minute, okay? So we're gonna make sure that this thing. I've had trouble with this thing today. I don't know if it's the moist air. Oh, geez, a little flat. There we go. Guitar is tuned. Now it's time for me to get tuned. What do you say? So you guys know how that goes in the past. We always got to get tuned up to start, and I always make my drinks trucker style, and you guys know what that's about. All right, so let's just get that going. That's about, well, yeah, we said trucker style, right? And we got to cut that down a little bit, so put a little ginger ale in there just to get it going. Where did my stir stick go? I had it sitting out. I don't know where it is, so hold on, let me get my stir stick. Here it is. Here's one of them anyway, so let's get this stirred up. And there we go. So, before I do this, I wanted to just send a shout out to my my dear buddy Ben Games. Ben's over in Switzerland. He was my next door neighbor growing up, and Ben is a dear buddy of mine. God, we picked on Ben growing up, me especially. I gave Ben a really hard time, and I apologize for that, Ben. We're buds now, right? We've always been buds, just you know how kids are. But we're adults now, and it's good that we stay connected. And you know, actually, Ben, since you're not here, I guess I should tell a story first of all. When we were kids, I had this whirlybird helicopter set up, and hello.
It has been brought to my attention that you need to speak up because people can't hear you.
Okay. So you guys can't hear me, is that right? Okay. I'll try and speak up. So anyway, Ben, I had this whirlybird helicopter set, and Ben wanted to play it so bad. All it was like a remote control thing that just went around in a circle. But I charged him like 10 cents a lap, and he just came over with it. What? All right. We're high tech around here. So anyway, I charged Ben, and I drained his little bank account there. So Ben, I'm sorry about that, bud. We're going to drink together tonight, okay? But one thing I got to tell you, Ben, is since you're all the way over in Switzerland, I thought I would just pour a drink for you, okay? And so with that, I got you a glass, or I'm sorry, a mason jar. We're both Masons, right? We drink out of mason jars. So I got you your own mason jar, and here it is. How about that? That's just about Ben's size. And we're going to put him a trucker style measure in here. So there we go. Ben, since you're not here with me, I'll help you with that, okay? So let's get that cut down a little bit. What do you think of that? That's still a mason jar. So mine and Ben's. So cheers, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Weed doggies. That's what Jed Clampett used to say. Weed doggies. Put a little stir on that just for good measure. All right, let's get things kicking. What do you say? So, I owe a shout out real quick. This is all leading into it, so just so you know. My buddy Richard Childs, railroad guys. We work together in Washington Terminal, and he's a guitar player, hell of a guitar player, and he's been getting on here, and I hope you're out there, man. I haven't seen you check in yet, but at any rate, he's been wanting me to do Secret Agent Man, all right? And every week I forget because you guys know how I am. I get wound up. I'm in all directions. So it just happens. So anyway, I'm gonna make a feeble attempt at this, and I'm gonna go in a couple different directions with this too, and see if you can follow where it's going. All right. Oops, screwed that up. Man, it's a rough night already. Switch gears on that, and then we'll take that into something else you might recognize or you might not. Which could also be done like this, all right? So I'm trying to watch who all's on here and I'm not paying attention. So we're going to just rewind, all right? So anyways, a little James Bond for you. Right, you guys remember that? That was a guy by the name of Vic, what was his last? Vic Flick. English guitar player that did that. And pretty cool dude. Look at Sal, Peter Gunn. We also, from there, should probably go into back into there it is. Yeah, Karen, you're right. I'm a couple ahead of you guys. So anyway, it's Tuesday. We're having fun, right? Cheers, everybody. Ben, this one's for you. It's Ben sized, but it's still trucker style. Damn, packs a punch. So, guys, this is week number 7. We've done this for the past 6 weeks. And I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. We've been all over the place, and you know, towards the end of the night, we'll wrap up and just kind of recap everything we've done the past couple of weeks. But it sure has been fun. It's forced me to do some stuff I haven't done in a while, and you know, things I haven't thought about in a long time. And it's just been really cool. It's been a lot of fun for me, and I hope you guys have had fun too. So, last week, as you guys know, I got a little tuned up. The margaritas were flowing. It was kind of left over from, what was that, man? You know what it was. Cinco de Mayo. Anyway, it's a fun night. You know, and I was thinking back, you know, I was talking about Ben earlier, our old neighborhood, and man, what a great place to grow up. We had the greatest neighbors, Ben and his sister Betsy, and his mom and dad, Ben and Sally Games. And then the other side of us was the Berkeys, Ron and Paula with Dawn and Darren. Down the way we had the Bells, and then the Perkins family, and Greg was my age, Brenda and Jeff and Krista. What a great family. And then across the street we had Sally Rainey and her family and the Castles, and I couldn't ask for a better neighborhood to grow up in. So I was thinking about, you know, some of the stuff that I listened to as a kid, and back in the day, man, I was a metalhead, you know, playing all kinds of crazy stuff, like, you know, grinding it up a little bit, right? Anybody out there knows that one, you get bonus points, all right? That's going back to the Wayback Machine. Cheers. And then I got to thinking about some other stuff that we listened to back then. I've always been a huge Eric Clapton fan, and this is one that he did that I've always dug, and you may recognize this, right? John Garrett, you get the prize, man. Nice work, dude. That's going back, man. I learned that whole album. That's off the British Steel album. And God, what a great album, huh? And I'll send this out to my brothers, Cheese, Greg, cousin Mike, because we all laugh about this one. But that's a Beavis and Butthead for sure, right? So I got off track with that a little bit, but you know, we like the Clapton stuff, right? And a couple of weeks ago we did I Shot the Sheriff. You guys may remember that. That was fun. And just, you know, I've been all over the place with this, man, and just trying to figure out where it goes. And sometimes I'll just play one song right into the next. Like, I'll get funky with it, like, I don't know, something like, let's see. That's not funky, but it does lead into this. Fun stuff, man. Just playing around, and I hope you guys are doing well, man. It's it's good to have everybody back. I can't believe it's been 7 weeks in a row. One of the things I've talked about, after I talk about this, is something that Shaquille O'Neal said a couple weeks back on NBC Today's Sunday show. And he said, every day he gets up and asks himself, he said, what have I done to make somebody smile? And that stuck home. And so I want you guys to ask yourself that every day when you get up. You know, what have I done to make somebody smile? Be good to people, man. Life's too short. We got a lot of crazy stuff going on here. So, you know, I do that every day. I ask myself, what have I done? You know, and if I haven't done anything yet, I do something. You know, be kind to the people at the checkout line, whatever it is, man. So, I just want to remind you guys of that because, you know, this is all my friends on here. I don't think there's any outside folks that are even aware that this is happening, even if they have access. I mean, I could change the settings, I guess, but you guys are my buds, and do that for me, okay? If there's one thing, there's a couple takeaways I want you guys to get from this, and that's one of them. Be good to people. You know, we have enough jerks in the world, so be kind. And, you know, just make the world a better place. There's enough jerks. We don't need any more. Just be cool, okay? The other thing is, you know, a term that we've been using a lot on here, and that's trucker style, okay? That drink is trucker style. No doubt in my mind we could use this for jet fuel right now, okay? So let's fire up the jets. Marty McCarthy, how you doing, brother? In Hope, man. Shout out to all my Sigma Chi brothers, Alpha Gamma at Ohio State. Tastes better than Mason jar, let me tell you. So you guys may have seen, I posted a picture up on my wall. I was sitting between two gentlemen, and I was the thorn between two roses. That was Les Paul and Bucky Pizzarelli, two legendary guitar players. And I met Les years ago in New York at the Iridium Jazz Club, and I was sitting in the front row. I mean, literally, like Les and I could have like fist bumped. We were that close. And he his nose was running, and he kept like taking his arm, trying to wipe his nose while he was playing. He was struggling, man. So I took my napkin, you know, we had having dinner there, and I handed it up to him, and he was so appreciative. And when they finished their set, he said, "Come on back, man." So we went back and hung out. We're backstage with Les Paul and Bucky Pizzarelli, and you know, there's all these people that are trying to get to Les, and you know, the president of Sony Music at the time was there, and Les wanted to talk to us. And, you know, like everybody was asking him about the music and guitars and, you know, advice and all this stuff. And he wanted to talk about his grandkids. So we talked about his family and his grandkids. And, you know, he was, at that time, he was Les Paul, the granddad, not Les Paul, the inventor, the musician. And it was just cool. And we got to be buds with Les. Over time, went back up to New York quite a bit, and if you look at that picture, he's wearing a turtleneck, and that is actually a turtleneck that I bought him, or we bought him, so at one point before that, Les had mentioned that he liked to shop at Bloomingdale's in New York, and so okay, cool. I know Les likes turtlenecks. He likes Bloomingdale's. So went to Bloomingdale's and got him a really nice turtleneck, and so he's wearing it. But he was telling me the story, and this is where it gets unreal, man. So I'm talking to Les Paul, right? He's like, yeah, it's like, you know who always used to like to go to Bloomingdale's was Paul. And I'm thinking, Paul? Who the heck's Paul? You know, but I'm playing it off. I'm trying to be cool, and failing miserably. But you know, he's like, yeah, every time Paul would come over, we would go up to Bloomingdale's and walk around. And after a little bit of this conversation, I realized the Paul that he was talking about was Paul McCartney. And you want to talk about getting blown away, man. That was pretty cool. It was surreal, you know. But that picture, what a great night. You know, Les Paul, Bucky Pizzarelli. Bucky just passed away. I think it was April 1st, and he was in his 90s. I think he was about 94, but his son John is doing real well, and you know, just a super nice guy. And Les Paul, to me, was not Les Paul, the revolutionary inventor or musician, which he was, but I got to know Les Paul as Les Paul, the granddad that liked to talk about his grandkids, and so that was really cool. So that's my Les Paul story. Bucky, he was super cool, really funny. What a great player, you know, jazz player, and just amazing to get to hang with those guys and spend time. So, you know, that's it, man. I got my Les Paul story out of the way. Spent a lot of time. I don't want to say a lot of time, but a good amount of time hanging out with Les up in New York, and I'm very thankful for that. So, Les passed away several years ago. So, Les, cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for everything. And you guys notice I play Fender guitars. Gibson made a Les Paul model. All my guitar buddies know about it. I do have a left-handed Les Paul. I don't bust it out very often. It's a gold top. It's really cool. But the Strat is the guitar for me. So the Strat, and I should say the Strat and the Telly, because I love the Telly. If I had to choose one over the other, I don't know, man. I'd have to take them both. I can't decide. But this is a great guitar. I'm going to go back to it here in a little bit. I'm going to switch gears. I'm actually going to put the Telly on now. So bear with me. I'm going to be unprofessional and plug this in without going on standby. And when I plug it back in, it's going to make a noise. But this is kind of cool. And last week, you guys will remember that I was messing around with open tuning, open G, as a matter of fact. And so I've got this Telly tuned to open G, and we were doing some Stone stuff last week. And I've just been having a circus with that, man. It's just been so fun. It's going to make a noise. Watch out. Hate that. Anyway, this is in open G. All right, and I've got the capo. This is called a capo. And what that does is it takes the place of me laying my finger across here, right? And otherwise I'd have to finger like this. Now, with that laying there, it frees me up to do other things. So, especially in open G. Close enough. So I wanted to do something for you guys that I thought was kind of cool. You know, Keith Richards from Stones, he's one of my guys. Him and Ronnie Wood. Keith played in open G a lot, and this is one of the things that he did that I really dug. And I just picked this. I started playing this on Sunday, so it's probably going to be a little rough, but we'll have some fun with it, right? So let's see. Little out of tune. Here we go. This time around, it's pretty cool. It's I love that, man. So Keith used that open G, which is pretty cool, and I just love that tune. I know I'm butchering this. Like I said, I'm like 2 days into this, so I'm 3 drinks into this, but we're having fun, right? So it's all good. Who we got out there, man? Hey, Gerard, Louie, what's happening? Julie, I know you and Leslie are out there. Karen, Bam. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the drive-by the other day. That was really cool. And Julie, Julie Park, my dear friend, last week on Tuesday, she didn't mention to me that her birthday was Wednesday, so I missed a shout-out. So, Julie, happy belated birthday. We've got some other birthdays. My man Cody Lewis. Tomorrow is his birthday, turning 22, and I've got underwear older than you, dude. So, happy birthday, man. Let's see. Heather, my wife, she's got a big birthday coming up this Friday. Lots of surprises in store. Don't say a word. We've got, trying to think of who else. Oh, my friend Julia Gray. It's her birthday today, so Julia, happy birthday. And so life is good, man. Back to the Stones a little bit. God, I just love that, man. I think that's the coolest. Another thing that Keith did out of this tuning was, anybody recognize that? Stones, right? Damn, that is just bitchin', man. Love it. So cheers to Keith and Ronnie and Mick and Charlie, Chuck Lavelle. See, that sounded like shit because I'm playing like an E chord form over an open tuning. That doesn't work, right? I can hit it open. That sounds great. So anyway, so with this open tuning, it's just a lot of fun. And I'm going to show you something else that I'm going to take the capo off of this, okay? So the capo's off, and I'm going to switch guitars again and go back to standard tuning. All right. I just love the telly. Let me grab that tuner. So, anyway, I hope you guys have had fun over the last 7 weeks. I'd kind of like to know, I'm interested on what your favorite part was. You know, we've been here 7 weeks. We've covered Cinco de Mayo. You know, when I started out, I was out in the garage. I froze my ass off a couple nights. Back inside now. Now I'm roasting. But welcome to Ohio, right? This is going to make another loud noise. Bear with me. That wasn't nearly as bad. So here we are back in standard tuning. I'm really interested to know what's been the best part. There's been a lot of cool stuff. You know, we've talked about trucker style and doing drinks and making fun of people. Like my buddy Ben. I'm going to drink your drink, Ben. It's small but mighty. It's trucker style. Trust me on that. Last week I got into margaritas a little heavy, but hey, we're having fun, right? So I hope you guys are having fun. Please, you know what, reach out. Let me know what you liked about this. I am going to take a break. We won't do this next week. But if you would like, down the line, I will continue at some point. Actually, what I'm thinking about doing is doing it somewhere, either, ideally, I'd like to do it out at the airport in the hangar. We have a hangar where we keep the airplane. And it'd be ideal to have about 10 people or so out there. So if you guys are interested locally, let me know. And perhaps we'll do that. So you remember last time when I had the open tuning, I could just strum it. Now to do that, I have to make this form to get it to sound right? So that's pretty cool, right? That's a different fingering than what I would normally do. If I would do it up here, like if I would move it up here with my finger, it would be. But with the capo, I can do it like this. So it changes the fingering. It allows me to do some different stuff. And I'm just gonna mess around with for just a second. And this is, you know, guitar players call this noodling. It's kind of BS. But I'm gonna have a little fun with it, and you'll pick up on it in a second. All right. So let me say. Like the blues out there. You guys recognize that? So the Stones were big blues fans, right? Midnight Rambler. We're gonna build it. about that? TE, I saw you checked in, brother. And, you know, it's funny to see you out there because I was going to talk about you tonight, you know. And not to call you out, man. This is between you and I. Just going to say it how it is, man. Many years ago, there was a guy that influenced me. And he gave me some really good advice. And he's been really kind to me over the years. And he said, you know, T-Bone, he's like, you're good enough to go out and play, like to make a career out of it, but work as long as you can. And that always stuck with me, and I appreciate that, T. I appreciate your guidance. I appreciate your advice. I still have that red knob twin. You remember that one? Do you still have yours, man? Because mine is in this case right here. And because of you, I bought that amp. I wanted to sound like you, man. But you know, that was really solid advice that you gave me, and that's been over 25 years ago, you know. And T also told me, he said, hey man, he's like, there's nothing wrong with being a local musician, okay? And there's a lot of truth to that. Cheers. Because there's a lot of local musicians out there that have the talent to go nationally and internationally. And I know a lot of guys that fit that category. But they chose not to. You know, family, whether it's a wife and kids or your parents, we choose to stay locally. So right here in the Columbus area, you know, and I know down in Huntington, West Virginia, and Wilmington, Delaware, Charlotte, North Carolina, places that I've lived, there are tons of local musicians that have the talent to go nationally. So go out and support local music, because just because somebody is a local musician doesn't mean that they couldn't make it or that they didn't make it. It means that they chose to stay local. So I can't stress that enough, man. There's so much talent locally. You know, here like Delaware, Ohio, like guys like Tommy Carroll, Bill Bostwick, who's down in Florida now, but all these guys and gals, you know, that have chose to stay home doesn't mean that they're not in that caliber, is what I'm getting at. And they are, okay? So go support local music. Go see Tommy Carroll. Go see Tony Stidham, you know, Billy Bostwick, Sean Carney, Ray Fuller, all those guys, they have the talent to do it. Ray he gets out a little bit, man. I got to give it to Ray. You know, Terry Davidson, you know, these guys have the talent. But it's nice to be home, you know. It's really nice to be home. So I'm not going to preach on that, but it's pretty cool. Hey, Chris, I see you out there. One of my old high school buddies. Cheers, everybody. We're running about almost 40 minutes into this thing, I guess. And I promised not to go too long tonight, because last week I think I went a little too long. But God, I was having so much fun, man. It was awesome. And you guys are just... I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you guys coming back week after week and tuning in and being here. And I promise I'm going to come back and do some more. But I need to take a little break, you know, just recharge and think about what we're doing. Hey, Jennifer, I see you out there. Cheers, honey. My old buddy. It's good to see you out there. I hope you're doing well out in Las Vegas. And I hope I get to see you one of these days. So cheers. And cheers to your husband, too. I'd like to meet him one of these days. Who else we got out there? Hey, Denise. How you doing, honey? How's your family? Denise is one of my old high school buds, and it's nice to reconnect. She's just awesome, and glad to have you back in my life and as my friend. It's just pretty cool. So I guess I'm going to start recapping a little bit from the past couple of weeks. You know, we've covered a lot of ground. I've done everything from, you know, Clapton, you know, from I Shot the Sheriff, to, you know, some heavy metal stuff, a lot of blues. Tone is important, you know, for the blues. Like, I think this guitar's got great tone. Debbie, good to see you. How's New York? I hope you and Gene are staying safe, and I hope you got to watch my little tribute to Gene and my nod of the hat to Gene. He's a great guy, and thank you for introducing me and Donnie and Cheeseburger to him up in Detroit. And Gene's a good guy. We're just going to leave it at that. Gene, this is just a quick thing for you, all right? Let's see. I get to see you again, man. You were so kind and so gracious to us at the Fox Theater up in Detroit, and lifetime memories, man. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Pine Tree, what's up, man? How are you, brother? So anyway, I wanted to give a couple shout outs. I mentioned my buddy Richard Childs earlier. He's been bugging me to do the secret agent man thing, which I completely butchered. I said I was going to, and sure as shit I did. But I wanted to tie that into the James Bond thing, which was really cool, right? And then you got to hit the guitar like back here on the bridge, right on the strings, right? Like. Up here, you know, like for the secret agent man. Oops, screwed that up. That's good stuff, man. I love it. And you know what? I can't believe I forgot this, man. I can't believe it. It's time to top off. If we're gonna get properly tuned, we got to top off. So, are you guys with me? Are you in there? Let's top this off. I'm gonna drink this down a little bit. And I can tell you, last week I got in that margarita way too heavy, and I probably started a little too early tonight, as you can probably tell. But you know, I'm not going anywhere tonight. We're staying home and drinking responsibly. I always encourage drinking responsibly. Let's stir this up. It's my nice little stir stick here. Guys, one thing I can't stress enough, thank you to all the healthcare workers, the police officers, the firemen, EMTs, but especially the doctors and nurses and all the medical staff. You guys have been doing amazing stuff, and thank you. One thing that I would like to tell you, you know, I told some stories earlier, you know, it was several episodes of this. I guess we call them episodes here on TBTV. I talked about Willie Pooch, and Willie, he was a real blues man, the real deal, man. He played bass for Albert King, which, you know, I loved Willie. He was my friend. But one thing that, you know, Willie gave me lots of experiences, you know, just lifetime stuff. I could write a book. You know, and I think maybe at some point, I think I am going to write a book, just for my own sake. You know, if anybody reads it or not, that's cool. But I need to get these stories out, these memories, because this has been really good for that. And Randy, I see what you say, man. You got it going on trains, planes, and guitars. And you know, that's half the story. I was a locomotive engineer for Amtrak, and that's, man, that's one of the things that has made me most proud in life is to become a locomotive engineer, because those guys, to be classified in that category is unbelievable. I worked with some of the finest engineers in the world, and you know, I do have a pilot's license. I fly not as much as I'd like to, but I'm working on that. And you know, motorcycles, I got a 2017 Harley Davidson Road King Standard, which I'm about to disappear on. Once the weather clears and we can get out a little bit, my ass is gone, okay? But I always thought I would title the book Planes, Trains, Automobiles, Motorcycles, and Guitars, because that pretty much sums me up, right? That's what I do. Anyway, I know I'm bouncing around. I want to get back to Willie Pooch for just a second. You know, one of the things that we did every night when we were on tour with Willie is, actually, it was every morning when we would wake up on the bus. We'd go to a new city, and we called it going to church, okay? And it wasn't going to church, but we would tune into this televangelist. His name was Robert Tilton. Have you guys ever seen him on YouTube? He's a whack job, man. But somebody's made these videos of Robert Tilton doing all these faces, but they would put audio in there where he was farting, okay? And it was hilarious. And Pooch would belly laugh. And if you've ever seen, an old blues man belly laugh, it would make you laugh. You wouldn't even know what he was laughing at, but it was so cool. So if you get a chance, go to YouTube, check out Robert Tilton and those videos. But we called that going to church, and it was just the funniest thing, and it was the way we started our day every day when we were on the 5 nights tour. So that was pretty cool. But that's not really going to church, right? That's just what we called it because he was a televangelist. Going to church is going to church, and I'm proud to say that I'm a member of New Albany Presbyterian Church. Heather and my dad and I joined a couple years ago. That's where we were married. They're a great bunch of folks, and I would encourage you guys, if you're struggling or if you're needing anyone to talk to, any assistance, man, we're here, okay? I'm here for you. I'm personally here for you, but check out New Albany Presbyterian Church. I think it's newalbanypresbyterian.org, but it's a good group, and just a wonderful congregation. They're family to me, and I just encourage you, if you can't get out to church, you can dial in on Sundays at 10 o'clock. If you want the information, send me a personal message off to the side. I can send you the link. They do a daily thing at 9 o'clock, and on Thursdays, there's also a musical thing that Lucy, one of the guitar players, is doing. So it's pretty cool. I'm not going to go off on that too crazy, but if I encourage you guys, if you're struggling, even if you're not struggling, if you just need some worship, our church is pretty cool, and they're good folks, and I'm proud to say that I'm a member there, and it's changed me for the better, because any of you guys that know me from 20, 25 years ago, I was pretty wild. So this is a good thing for me. See you, Georgie. I'm going to wrap things up. I want to remind you guys, trucker style, right? If you're going to do something, do it trucker style. Well, what the heck does trucker style mean? That's a trucker style drink, all right? That's strong, all right? It's no Toyota Prius drink. This is trucker, 18-wheeler. Let's have some fun, all right? I'm so blessed to have you guys with me. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I've lived several lifetimes. I'm fortunate to still be here. I don't know what else to say. I'm glad that you guys have tolerated my stupidness. Every story has been true. Anything that I've told you has been true, and it's just been crazy. So I'm going to wrap things up. I'm going to play one more for you. I started this on Cinco de Mayo, and I had fun with it. I hope you guys had fun with it. I'm going to ask you guys one more time, reach out, put a comment up there, a like or a love. Let me know what you liked about the past 7 weeks. Was it the stories? Was it the playing? Was it the drinking? What was it? What was it that you liked? Because I'm going to come back and do this again. And it's not going to be too long before I get back in the saddle, okay? And Sal, you little bastard, I see you. I know you've got stories on me, but you better keep them quiet, okay? But anyway, we did this thing back on Cinco de Mayo, and it came out of nowhere. It surprised me, but it happened, and it was cool. I did it last week, and I'm going to do it tonight too, okay? So if you guys are ready to dance, I want you to, and if you're not ready, get ready, okay? So let's get ready. Have a little sup. That's what I'm talking about. So, like I've said in the past, get ready to dance. Who can guess where I'm going with this? Anybody know? Get ready to dance. I want you guys to shake something. I don't care what it is. Shake something, okay? You got maracas? Shake them. If you got a tambourine, shake them. If you got something else, shake them. Okay? So, I love you guys, man. This has been so much fun. I will do it again, I promise. But I'm going to take a break for some inspiration. And anyway, I love you guys. And let's go out with a bang. What do you say? You guys, I almost forgot. I mentioned some birthdays earlier. I forgot Tanya Bankston. Tanya, I don't know if you're out there or not, chick. You and Brian, I love you guys. I love your family. Your kids are great. Happy day after your birthday. I love you, chick. You're awesome. And with that, yeah, I see you zing. I know you got it. Kalenka, you got it. Before we go to that, hold them up, man. You guys hold your glasses up. I want to. You guys send me pictures of you holding your drink up, okay? This is cheers to all you guys. Kalenka, Julie, Leslie, Karen, Maggie over in Philly. Mag, I've been thinking about you, chick. I hope you're doing okay. Know that I love you and things are going to get better, okay? Anyway, cheers to my friends. Cheers to my family. Cheers to you guys tuning in. Cheers to you guys getting tuned up. Welcome to TBTV. And we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do with this, but it's going to be really cool, okay? We're going to take this someplace where it hasn't been yet. So, Big Mikey, I know you're out there, bud. You better get you a Coke and a Snickers bar. And just remember, Big Mikey, them's mine'sums. I love you guys. Cheers. Oh, spilled it a little bit. Here. That's not good. Anyway, here we go. You got them? You got something to shake? Make me proud. Here we go. I like that. Time out. I need one. Shh, don't tell anybody. Gotta move that out of the way. Did you say it? I didn't hear you. Tequila. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me. Ben, I know you're still there. This little teeny tiny thing is for you. You'll grow into it one of these days, man. I love you, buddy. I love all you guys. Thank you for tolerating and bearing with me. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to leave. Maybe I'm not done. I don't know, man. It's just a little out of tune there. Let's see if we can fix that. And you guys notice I wore my glasses too. A couple people were breaking my balls because I didn't have my glasses. I was squinting. So, I wore my glasses for you, all right? You guys want a little more Midnight Rambler, the Rolling Stones? I'm not done yet. I'm having too much fun. What time is it? I said I wasn't going to go long, and shoot, here I am going long. But you know what? It's all about the party. I can't stop. It's in me, and it's got to come out. I'm going to send out. My buddy Big Chris in Pittsburgh. I can honestly say that Chris turned me onto the blues. He taught me how to play. And then my buddy Pete Goodwin passed away many years ago. Back, 2010, I guess it was. Pete, I miss you, dude. You guys that knew the mayor, Pete Goodwin, was a good man. He took care of me when I needed it, and I took care of Pete when he needed it. And he was taken from us too soon. So, Petey, I love you, dude. Cheers, man. And with that, we're going to fade out. I'll fade back soon, though, okay? Love you guys. Richard, where the hell have you been, man? I played that twice tonight. But because you missed it. That, brother. And I'm going to leave it a little James Bond for you. Sad, what's up, my brothers? That's it, guys. Cheers. Love you guys. I hope to see you soon, man. Peace out. Adios, bitchachos. I love you guys. See you, man.